Which article of the Indian Constitution safeguards one's right against tapping of telephonic conversation? Article 14, Article 19, Article 21, Article 22. See, this topic comes under the right to freedom of speech and expression. It has wide variety of meaning through various judicial interpretations as well. See, right to press also comes under this Article 19, that is right to freedom of speech and expression. Again, it does not mean we have to always speak. No, the right to silence is also a part of this right to freedom of speech and expression. And among that fundamental right, under Article 19 of the Constitution, it also says that this one, the right against tapping of one's telephonic conversation is also a fundamental right under Article 19 of the Constitution. So the wide varieties of meanings attached to various fundamental rights, please note it down. Through various Supreme Court judgment, we might have come across various our rights by interpreting the provisions of this Constitution. So please note on all those things. So right against tapping of telephonic conversation is a fundamental right under Article 19 of the Constitution. Answer is option B. Clear? Option B is the right answer. Consider the following statements. Unwritten Constitution can never be documented. In the written Constitution, the national lawmaking body is supreme because it has unlimited power to amend the Constitution. So what is written as well as unwritten Constitution? Written Constitution means the Constitution is codified into a single legal document. This is what mean by written document or written Constitution. That is, the Constitution is codified, properly codified into a single legal document. It does not mean that if the Constitution is documented, it is written, the Constitution is not documented, it is unwritten. That's not the meaning. The real meaning attached here is codification into a single legal document. See, unwritten Constitution can also be documented, not an issue. Unwritten Constitution can also be documented, but not necessarily codified into a single legal document. That's the difference here. So one is the wrong statement. Why? Because it says that unwritten Constitution can never be documented. No, it can also be documented, but not necessarily codified into a single legal document. That's the correct one here. So one is wrong. In written Constitution, the national lawmaking body is supreme because it has the unlimited power to amend the Constitution. No. See, in case of written Constitution, the government or the legislature is within the limits of the Constitution. Within the limits of Constitution only, the executives as well as legislature can perform their functions. It is not beyond the Constitution. It is not the ultimate. Why? Because in case of written Constitution, in those countries, the Constitution is supreme and not the national lawmaking body. But in case of an unwritten Constitution, say as we can call UK, in that cases, the national lawmaking can be the supreme, not an issue. But in case of written Constitution, the Constitution is supreme and the legislative executive has to do their functions within the limits of the Constitution. Clear? So here both the statements are wrong. We have to find out the not correct one. Okay, so since we have to find out the not correct one, and since both the statements are wrong here, our answer becomes option C. That is both 1 and 2. The cession of Indian territory of Berubari Union to the Pakistan was facilitated through which among the following Constitutional Amendment Act? See, during 1960s, there was an issue that a territory called Berubari Union in West Bengal should be given to the then Pakistan. That is, at that time it was East Pakistan. Okay, so there was a question arise that, see, under Article 3 of the Constitution, Parliament can unilaterally alter the boundaries of states, right, even without the consent of states concerned, right. But there was a question that whether Parliament has the power under Article 3 to give some part of our territory to a foreign country. See, she can alter the boundaries of a state under Article 3. Whether Article 3 allows the Parliament to give some portion of our country or some part of a territory, a foreign country or not? There was a question arise. And the President of India referred the matter to Supreme Court. That was called Berubari Union case. Berubari Union case. It was made as a presidential reference under Article 143 of the Constitution. That means under Article 143 of the Constitution, President can send or President can ask the opinion of the Supreme Court of India. So regarding this, the President asked the Supreme Court, what is the opinion regarding that? Whether the Parliament can give some part of territory to a foreign country, but under Article likewise, President asked a question to whom? The Supreme Court of India, and Supreme Court said that what? Under Article 3, the Parliament has no powers to give some portion of territory to a foreign country, and if she wants to give a portion of territory to a foreign country, then there must be a Constitutional Amendment Act. Then Constitution has to be amended by a special majority under Article 368 of the Constitution. This was the opinion given by whom? The Supreme Court of India. That means to give some portion of our country to a foreign country, the Constitution has to be amended. And to give effect to this Berubari Union case, that is, we have to give some portion of our land to whom? The then East Pakistan. And to make effect to that, our Parliament enacted 9th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1960 by a special majority and given some portion of territory to whom? The East Pakistan. So that is what regarding this power of Parliament under Article 3. But see, but to settle a boundary dispute or to settle a border dispute between India and another country, executive action alone is sufficient. For that, Constitution need not be amended. So note down all these things in detail. Clear? Consider the following statements. The governor can nominate 12 persons to Legislative Council from among the persons who have knowledge or experience in arts, science, literature, social service and cooperative movement. Elections to the Legislative Council is through the system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote system. The minimum strength of the Legislative Council is fixed at 40 by the Constitution. So this is regarding the composition of Legislative Council. So what is Legislative Council? The upper house of state legislature. See, currently only 6 states in India are provided with Legislative Council. They are Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, Bihar as well as Uttar Pradesh. Earlier Jammu and Kashmir also had a Legislative Council, but it was abolished. Clear? And see, among the composition of Legislative Council, among the total members, the maximum strength of the council is fixed at 1/3 of the strength of Legislative Assembly. Minimum strength is fixed at 40. This means, say example, if a Legislative Assembly of a state has 150 seats, that is 150 MLAs are there, and the maximum strength of that state's council shall not exceed 1/3 of this one. That is, maximum strength shall not exceed 50, but minimum number shall be 40. Clear? But take another example. If a state has Legislative Assembly seat of 90, it says that maximum strength shall not exceed 1/3 of 90. That is 30. But condition also says that minimum number shall be 40. So in these cases, that council must have minimum of 40 members. So this is the criteria determined by the Constitution of India. But the final number, how much strength should be there, that is determined by the Parliament of India only. Even though Constitution prescribes a maximum limit and a minimum limit, the final number is determined by whom? The Parliament only. Please note it down. Okay. And among that composition, the interesting thing is that 1/3 members are elected by elected MLAs of that state. 1/3 seats are elected by members of local bodies, that is panchayats, municipalities, etc. 1/12 members are elected by graduates of that state of not less than 3 years. 3-year graduation course they must be completed, and who is residing within the state, they can take part in the election of this 1/12 seats. And 1/12 seats are elected by teachers who residing in the state but not less than secondary school level. Clear? And remaining seats, that is almost 1/6 seats, are nominated by the governor. Nomination is for the remaining 1/6 seats. Now, see the statement number 1. The governor can nominate 12 persons. That's a wrong statement. So, regarding Rajya Sabha nomination, the President of India can nominate 12 persons from among art, science, literature as well as social service. But regarding governor, the number is not fixed, but it is 1/6 of the seats can be nominated by whom? The governor of a state to legislative council. So, 1 is a wrong statement here. Clear? Regarding 2, the elections to the legislative council is through the system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote system. I hope you know the difference between proportional representation. Why? Because in case of Rajya Sabha election, it is done through proportional representation. In case of presidential election also, in case of legislative council also, the election is done through the proportional representation by means of single transferable vote system, where the vote is transferred. So 2 is a correct statement. Regarding 3, the minimum strength of the legislative council is fixed at 40 by the constitution. That is also a correct statement. So 1 is wrong, 2 and 3 is right. So answer becomes option C, that is 2 and 3 only. Okay.